another one.
All right. So this first question says, I was told my test infrastructure position was very political. Several people at work told me that my position, test automation engineer, is very political and that the job was difficult because of it. They wouldn't go into details when I asked. All right. Let's continue. This dev, who used to be very helpful, suddenly began ignoring me and brushing me off. There's a crucial feature I have to automate the testing for. Usually, I'd assume he was very busy and had a lot to do, but this doesn't seem to be the case because of the following things. One time, he said he was busy, so I asked if there was a time in the next month when he'd be free and I could put 30 minutes on his calendar. He claims he has no idea if he'll ever have 30 minutes free in the next month. He is constantly playing ping pong at work and organized a ping pong tournament. I love ping pong. When I asked him for help with bugs my automation framework catches, which are sometimes quite serious, he brushes me off. He'd always redirect me to his manager and said that if I needed anything from him, I should talk to his manager. He does this even with tasks that would take him a few minutes to answer. Is this the correct documentation for requirements for X feature? He'd say I had to talk to his manager if I wanted any time. He says he doesn't know the answers to the question I asked, and later I find out he did know all along. There's a very tricky setup process that wasn't documented anywhere. I asked for help 4 times over the course of 2 weeks, and he kept saying, I'll help later. When I asked if we can set up a time, he says, I'll reach out when I'm ready, and he never does. I later found out my friend asked the same question a week before I did, and he immediately shared a guide he wrote for setup. Messaged her a link to share the document. Why didn't he do this for me? I vent to my work friend about his behavior, and he starts sniggering as if there's something funny that he knows and I don't. Is this normal way for devs to behave? This just doesn't seem professional. It sure doesn't. Why on earth would the dev not want me to do my job properly? I catch bugs before they make it out into the wild. I think this is quite mean. Something's going on and I can't really tell what. Well, first and foremost, I would like to say that I am sorry that you are going through that because it really sucks to be in a work environment, like working with people who they act weird, they act funny. You know what I mean? Now, why are you going through this? I can't say for certain, and I don't know exactly what is political about your role as a test automation engineer. Um, any thoughts on this, good guy? I don't know. um, like I don't like to me the political jobs in an organization is more about management where they're like, managing people and stuff like that. Um, as you get to like more maybe seniors and leads, it's semi-political, but you're more on a contributor base, and less of like managing people base. So it's less political, but you have more visibility, more notoriety in the company. But reading this, if this person, I would want to know what's the position of your friend that was helped very quickly. Like if that person is also a test automation engineer, then I would say that I would say that it is if it's like if you're the only person who's being singled out for this, it might maybe you did something unknowingly that that like left a bad taste? And you said it was like, so, and in your question, you said that it was like someone told you that it was political. Many people told you that, but you're only detailing about what happened with one person. So I don't know if like other people are treating you that way, but maybe that you did something that rubbed this person the wrong way, and like maybe unknowingly as well. I would I would probably want to try to have a conversation with that person, like, because what happens with some people, right? Um, some people, they can't work through a problem. Like if they feel that you wrong them, then they don't want to. Like they just, we're not doing this, and so maybe you need to try to fix whatever that potential issue is. Like find out if there's an issue and try to fix that, and then see where you can go from there. But a lot of times when like if you're being singled out, it might be something that you unknowingly did. Because to me, if your friend is also a test automation engineer and they're getting helped and you're not getting help, then I don't know. It seems like it might be personal. Um, Now the other thing that you could do too is which is totally reasonable within a company, is if you believe that somebody's hindering you from doing your job, right? Then you go to your manager, and then either based on how the company works, your manager can go to their manager, or your manager can go to them, or you can go to HR. Like you shouldn't let your job performance be hindered by someone like who's pretty much sabotaging you from doing your job properly. That's how I see it, right? And then the last thing, like if it becomes unbearable, then go watch the video that I made for getting your resume right. And of course, I didn't start the timer, of course, but we're almost done with this question. But I would say watch the video about getting your resume right, update your resume, and start applying for other places who will value the work that you're able to do. You, like I said earlier, you're not. No one's holding you at gunpoint to be working for any particular company. You are your own person. You have your own strengths, and and if you're doing test automation engineer, like you are marketable. Get your resume right. Highlight the value that you bring, the skills that you bring, and go where you're appreciated. I mean, I would if you like the company that you're working for, I would definitely try to fix the situation first. But push comes to shove, and nothing is happening, then you got to do what you got to do. Go where you believe that you're adding value and where they see you as valuable. You're not going to, if someone's, like I said, if somebody's sabotaging you, then you got to fix it. But there's many, like I gave you three options on how to fix it, and leaving is also an option to fix it. Like you work for a company, they do not own you, so you can do what you have to do. All right. And good guy is chiming in saying maybe a company culture. That is very possible as well. Um, some companies they do have toxic work cultures. But I don't know if that's the case over here. But those are some of your options, I would say. All right. So wish I could give you some more insight, but to be honest with you, like there's nothing there's nothing political about test about test automation engineering. Now, maybe the way that you communicate can might need to have some refining, maybe something to that extent. But for the most part, there's nothing majorly political about it. Like you write automated tests, you report whatever bugs that you may find. Make sure you're contributing. This is side note. Make sure you're contributing throughout the whole development process. Make sure you contribute into the meetings, like the planning, the refinements, the sprint reviews, all of that stuff, right? Your stand-ups, make sure you let everybody know what you're doing. Show your value. And one of the things that I really, really appreciate about Scrum, you see, now I'm going off on a tangent. Now, that I really appreciate about Agile and Scrum is that in the past, with the waterfall V model, it didn't show the value of QA as much as the agile model shows the value of QA, because you're able to insert the quality mindset from the very beginning, helping enhance the product that you're building. So you didn't ask about that, but that is very important. And I think that if you were to take that as well, you would probably fix the relationship with the whole team. And if not, you can still use that information to go somewhere else and kill it over there. All right. So that is that question. And we shall move on.
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.
Enigmatic Joker.